What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Man, what an amazing USA-Serbia basketball game. I just got done talking about it with producer Jacob, and both of us, well, I love baseball, but we both just want to talk NBA basketball here. That's 2 months away. We have NFL that's showing up here in a month as well. NFL Lindy's will be coming down the pipeline. Looking forward to that as well. But Bet365, we'll talk about them here in the MLB streets for the time being. You bet 5. Boop. Wait, one more time. Boop. Pennsylvania launch, bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets and 50 spins on the virtual slot machines that they have over there at Bet365. A way for you to get a little bit more than just $150 in bonus bets. Great opportunity to sign up at a reputable sports book. Again, it's at Pennsylvania that it just launched, but it's also available in North Carolina, Iowa, Arizona. So many great states. Check it out, Bet365, only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But we got ourselves an interesting little 16-game slate here on Friday. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be heading out to New York City, where the grass is green and the girls are very polite, as my wife would like to remind me. But anyway, Bet365, check them out. We'll talk about Odd Shopper a little bit later in the program as well. The promo code Lindy50 if you want to sign up and get a head start on that and get my plays, because I'm going to be in New York. I'm going to be watching some baseball with the boys and hanging out all weekend long. Going to be firing some bets in there for sure still. So don't worry, I'll be around. Producer Jacob, hi, hello, long intro. Let's get to the picks. USA. Also, Serbia was awesome to watch too, so just wanted to throw that out there. But we're going to lead in with my Minnesota Twins in a doubleheader here. Game 1, Game 2. First things that we're going to cover here. And I will say, I have absolutely no clue who ends up pitching here in the second game. I do think one of them, either this one or the next one, we're going to see Alex Cobb for the Cleveland Guardians. But Bailey Ober is scheduled to pitch in one of the two as well, but it hasn't been announced which one that will be either. So very frustrating here. MLB.com doesn't have anything updated. ESPN doesn't have anything updated. All of the sports books have varying degrees of pitchers here or there, but no lines really posted outside of like an obscure money line at one book where, well, you need both pitchers to be active in order to have it pan out. Always know the rules of your sports book. Very, very important. FanDuel, not going to matter. So we're not going to be paying attention to that one. We're just going to make this TBD. Lean the entire beginning of this one. It's going to be a little bit cooler in Minnesota, looking around 65, 66 degrees. Wind slightly blowing out. So there's a little bit of something, little dichotomy there to figure out in the weather thing. And well, the weather thing is littered throughout MLB on Friday yet again in New York. It'll be a conversation piece. So frustrating. I love weather. I think it's a great edge that I have in assessing baseball, but it isn't a great edge when it's rain and it's very unpredictable, unless you're able to jump in on some unders for pitchers. Nestor Cortez would have been great to be on that one. Anywho, I did a lot of talking and not about Cleveland and Minnesota. If you want to know what I do there, well, Cobb, Varland, potentially Varland there, AAA here for the Twins. Lots of weirdness here. I don't trust that it'll end up being Varland. They just, he's not very good. He's not very good at all. Next games. If you want to know if I'm going to play anything from this one, though, hit me up at Eric Lindquist. I'll be happy to let you know. Game 1, Game 2, I'll break it all down for you. Hey, now we can break down some baseball. Jose Soriano, who has a pretty darn good pitch, going up against Mitchell Parker here and the Washington Nationals. They end up going to extras and weird stuff. CJ Abrams, terrible game. Watched too much of that simultaneously with basketball. But Jose Soriano, he is a guy who gets a lot of ground ball contact. This is a really nice matchup to be walking into. And the Angels just poured it on the New York Yankees, pun intended, because it was raining throughout that whole damn baseball game. I thought they were going to call it after the 5th inning when that got over and the Angels are up a million. But no, they're playing the whole thing out. So there you go. Jose Soriano, though, great ground ball stuff. And then has that cutter. It's like a split finger. That's kind of an interesting pitch that I think can get a lot of swing and miss, but it's not showing up right now because he has a walk problem. Nearly 10% walk rate, 325 xWOBA. Only a 20% strikeout rate here this season. And, well, it's a pretty benign matchup in Washington, but Good hitting weather yet again there. Got to pay attention to rain everywhere in the Northeast, but looks okay here for right now. As for Mitchell Parker, 455 expected slugging. He's not very good at all either. So when you have two bad pitchers ending up on a mound together, and again, Soriano, he has the ground ball stuff, but Washington just smacking that booty, just smacking that baseball. I should probably find a different way of describing that. But James Wood, Luis Garcia, hey, he got them into extras, down 5-2. And then they lose an extra, so it didn't matter. CJ Abrams, I expect regression towards the mean. Give me the over here in Washington. Yeah, it's good. Baltimore at Tampa Bay here, and not a lot to break down. Zach Eflin going into Tampa Bay yet again here. Does he have revenge in his heart? We shall find out. As for Mr. Littell, not the toy company, just whatever. 268 expected batting average, 445 expected slugging, sub 5% walk rate. That's the way that he gets by. That's the way we get by. That's the way we get by. All right, but I don't really have a play for this game. I think minus 134 is perfectly efficient, pretty close to efficient. If you made me play anything, I would think Baltimore better than minus 130. Is it going to dip there? I don't know. A lot of stocks dipping lately. Let's stop that crap. My portfolio doesn't need any more of that. By the way, I'm old. Next game. I swear to God, this is insane. So I'm heading to New York tomorrow. Hey, yeah, I'm going to be at the game on Saturday. If anybody wants to come say hi to me over at Yankee Stadium, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Give you a thumbs up. Dance, monkey dance. Ooh. I'm just going to be drinking beers. But anyway, we got Bradford. We got Rodon. And Rodon, pretty decent stuff, but not elite. Not the Yankees elite. They need elite. George Steinbrenner rolling over in his grave with some of his starting pitching performances of late. I mean, good God almighty, Nestor Cortez today got obliterated. 42.2% hard hit here for Carlos Rodon. 441 expected slugging. I'm really glad we stayed away from that Yankee side. Probably should have been entertaining some Angels money with all of the weather and, potential of a bullpen game, even though that's not how it ended up panning out. But again, trying to project, like the projecting is projecting. Cody Bradford, he is Bradfording, which isn't a great thing to be doing. 432 expected slugging. Does limit some of the hard contact, but is a fly ball pitcher in Yankee Stadium. But overall, guys, the weather, it can't be emphasized enough. The Hurricanes moving south there, creating havoc for the Wyndham Championship and the Gulf Streets and everything else. Rain, go away, come again another day. We are just going to lean this one. I don't even have a lean for you because it is so brutal looking for tomorrow that I don't really want to give you a lean that is bad. There are 16 games. I have plenty of other plays. Oakland at Toronto up here next. Mitch Spence and Jose Barrios, people of the program know. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, I was betting heavily against Jose Barrios. But do I want to do that with Mitch Spence? I really want to. I really, really do. But plus 108, plus 110, best available number right now. I might end up pulling the trigger on this. I'm just throwing it out there. I was torn. But I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm ashamed, naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real, but I'm wide awake, and Brent Rooker knows that the perfect sky is torn. He's not late. He's hitting baseballs perfectly on time. 618 expected slugging, 52.2% hard hit, 18.2 degree average launch angle, going up against Barrios, who has a 220. What is the exact number? It just went off my page. We're going to really do that to me? I know it's over 220 expected ISO against righties, so there you go. It's a lot of expected ISO, and I expect that Brent Rooker will be better than plus 240 here in Toronto, and then we're going to bet it. Really thinking about pulling the trigger on Oakland here. Might add that to the portfolio. Stay tuned. Premium Discord, Insider Discord. Ooh, we should talk about that, shall we? Friends, promo code Lindy50 is live to sign up over at the marketplace and come hang out with me in Lindy chat. Get the Lindy plays. Get the Lindy pick'em cards. And then, are you not entertained? Those are the 4 channels that I came up with in my genius brain here right now. If anybody else has other ideas, let me know. I want this to be community-based. I really, really pushed towards community-based learning and teaching, as well as, of course, getting the damn picks, which you will 100% be getting here. It's been a crazy week trying to get everything updated. I've been flying by the seam of my pants. I know a lot of other people have too, but Lindy50 is 100% active and working here today. I know there was some stuff yesterday. We think we figured everything out. Should be good to rock, friends. And 50% off that first month of the OS Marketplace right now of the Lindy channel. You simply go to the link below, go to the OS picks section. I don't know what the pink points section is. That's make-believe. And sign up using promo code Lindy50. Would love to see you there. I will be in New York covering all of this and firing up bets and talking with the people and kissing babies, and shaking hands and doing all the things. And probably just drinking a lot of beer. Anyway, back to the picks we go. Ronel Blanco, Tanner Houck. I really overrid this one. Now, I get that seeing minus 105 on a guy who's been really pitching well in Ronel Blanco seems like a short number. Well, it is because, well, Boston's number one in baseball over the last 30 days in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. Nearly 150, and that is a wildly high number for WRC plus for you stat geeks out there. But Tanner Houck, he's functional. He is a functional pitcher here. A very good pitcher, if you will. I agree. It's a very good pitcher. I think Donkey Kong's better. Donkey Kong sucks. You know what? You suck. So this is technically supposed to be a play, so I made it a lean like, and we're just not going to play it. I'm not going to play it, but I'm just letting you know that this is one of my better plays that exists on the card, and I completely will not be playing it because Houston has broken my soul and back half of this lineup. But hey, Jordan Alvarez went yard when I said he was going to go yard, so that's useful. That's it. Martin Perez and Edward Cabrera up here next, and this is not for the faint of heart here because this is a Miami offense that we're going to have to rely upon to do something. And that's never what you want, is to back Miami to do anything that is not clubbing or Cuban cigars or finding ways to get trios of basketball players together in the late 2000s after sniping them from Cleveland and making a dynasty that turns into not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but just two, and then they move on in their different directions, and poor Chris Bosh. Those are the things that I trust for Miami. And Pat Riley, he's pretty consistent. See, I'd like to get a beer with Pat Riley. Is that weird? I think he's probably like a top 5 NBA executive I'd want to get beers with. Mike Dunleavy Jr., probably number 1 for me, but he's doing a terrible job with Golden State's roster. And what? See, producer Jacob, we wanted to talk basketball. But anyway, we got Martin Perez and Edward Cabrera, and neither of these dudes are very good. You get bad pitchers, starting pitchers out there. Cabrera, hey, great strikeout stuff, mowed down Atlanta. You know who else is mowing down Atlanta? Everybody lately. Except for Freddie Peralta. That was weird. But Martin Perez, 285 expected batting average, 481 expected slugging. Everything across the board looks not great. And San Diego against righties, we know by now, pretty damn good, right? Yeah, pretty damn good. Number 2 in baseball, 118 WRC plus. So give me over 8. Key number for the over 4-4 tie would be great to see because then you're guaranteed to win, barring the world ending, which would be bad. So we're not going to even talk about it. Knock on wood. Jameson Taillon, Garrett Crochet here in this one, and we will stay away from sad thoughts, meager stuff. Anyway, I've got a weird prop for you, and these weird props who have been popping up here lately. Manuel Margot under 0.5 hits. That was fun. Plus 185. He did get 4 at-bats against the Cubs in that spot, too, with that crazy wind-blowing end game. It went over, and Manuel Margot still didn't get a hit, so I felt pretty good about that. It was a pinch hit risk thing. Anyway, it was Premium Discord, talked about it a little online. Whatever. We've got Jameson Taillon. We got Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet, we're going to see some limited innings out of him coming down to the stretch because he is very, very valuable to this White Sox team. Probably the most valuable. Him, Luis Robert, probably 1-2 tangoing here. I guarantee more teams would want Garrett Crochet based on what we've seen this season. 3.19 ERA, 1.01 whip, just continuing to lean with it, rock with it. But just 77 pitches against Minnesota. Very, very limited. Not limited. That's what they're looking for. Did I just sing Wicked? I think I did. But that's unlimited. A lot of talking to myself today. Jameson Taillon over 5.5 hits allowed. So we see 17.5 outs at opening number, minus 205 over at DK. Tells me you're going to see a lot of baseball out of him. I project him for closer to 7 hits. So there you go. Even against the White Sox, the wind is blowing straight out 15 miles per hour. It looks like great hitting weather here in Chicago as long as the rain holds off. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot today. But Jameson Taillon, over 5.5 hits plus money, has to have a plus sign in front of it. Currently plus 105. I think it might be even a little bit better at some other books. So pay attention to this one. I think Taillon gets hit up enough, maybe not getting obliterated because the White Sox suck, but over 5.5 hits allowed, positive EV for me. Cincy at Milwaukee. Oh my God. Milwaukee just put it on Atlanta. So good, put it on me. Yeah, only think about you. Carson Spears on the other side, or Spires? Spears? It's been good. 36.4% hard hit, 296 ex-Woba. But Aaron Civale on the other side, we're just seeing Frankie Montas be functional now for Milwaukee. We're going to see Aaron Civale maybe get back to his elite ways that he was with Tampa. I don't know. Tampa's one of the most analytically driven, they have to be, franchises that exist in baseball, because purely they have no money that they spend on anything, but now they're getting a fancy new stadium, so maybe that'll help. But back to Milwaukee, Civale, 38.6% hard hit, 323 ex-Woba. It's really tough to back them at -134. Cincinnati's starting to get it rolling. Hey, a lot of musical references in one spot here. Milwaukee money line, just a lean. Probably not going to play it. Now, I'm going to play this because I'm not a big hot streaks guy, but sometimes you got to just look at something and see that it's a generational talent. Maybe the best talent that we've seen at the shortstop position, very long time. Depends. Machado slid over to third to accommodate a guy in Fernando Tatis, who then to the outfield, juiced himself. Now he's hurt, and it's all whatever. But anyway, looking at the shortstop position here, and Gunnar Henderson's having a pretty damn good year, I would say. But Bobby Witt Jr., oh my God, 597 expected slugging, 412 ex-Woba. This is kind of like the Yordan Alvarez thing where I could talk about the walk. I could really make this walk if I wanted to here based on some of the previous last 10 days. But the walk numbers are starting to get some extra hold on it for some of these elite hitters. And so I want to be careful because it was like on the fringe for the Yordan Alvarez thing when I talked through that the other day. Bobby, we're still going to be looking at the 2 total bases, maybe 3 total bases there over on FanDuel where that market exists. And the home run. Bobby Witt Jr., my God, he gets to go up against this Michael Lorenzen fellow who gives over a 220 expected ISO. He also, sounds like Jose Barrios giving up power here too. But Bobby Witt Jr., I'm calling it lean light because there's just almost no planet inside of -125 on the 2 bases. And then the home run, I'm looking like anything better than +230 here in Kauffman. These are just ridiculous numbers. We're seeing him have an unbelievable second half of the season. I'm bought in. I'm just bought in. First time I'm probably going to have him on the card in a while because the numbers have been shorter, but I think they're really due against a guy like Lorenzen with his expected numbers. 5 games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell for me down below. But really down below, you can get yourself $150 in bet credits if you have Bet365 available in your state. Now, Pennsylvania, you just got it. Launched this week, or last week it was, in your state. So take advantage. Bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets, as well as $50 in spins on the old virtual, that's not roulette, that's slot machine. I'm not a big slot machine guy, but a big roulette guy. 4, 19, 23, 33. Good stuff. And then double zeros for the boys. But bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets and 50 spins. Unfortunately, not on roulette, but over in the virtual slots. Good stuff. Bet365. Sign up for it down at the link below. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. Sherlock Holmes on the mound going up against, what's a movie? Oh, yeah. Officer Gordon. We got him from, See, look at that. Movie. Well, I guess it's book, movie. I don't know. Anyway, Grant Holmes will be on the mound in this one, and it's very strange because, well, we're in Coors Field. We have an 11 total. Eric, why in the world would you even be leaning on an under here? Weather. It's going to be raining. It's going to be blowing in from center. Excuse me, I don't hiccup. Center right, it's going to be really wild to watch this game play out because, well, you have the altitude, and then you have a Braves team that's been struggling, and then you have Holmes, who's been very functional on that side here for the Braves so far. 264 ex-Woba, 348 expected slugging, 25.6% K rate as he's getting lengthened out. But then Tanner Gordon on the other side, he's been getting lit up a little bit, 482 expected slugging, but only a couple of starts here under his belt as well. I think the stuff looks okay. And I'm not going to go, say that he's like some touted prospect or anything. Tanner Gordon isn't quite that, but coming off of his best start, bar none, up against San Diego, 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned, just seems like functional. He's a functional dude. 6.75 ERA isn't going to impress you, but only 4 starts under his belt. I expect this to get better for him. Got to think that things might get better. Under 11, just going to be a lean. Thinking about playing it, but I know I'm going to have more prop exposure on this card that is coming by way of that. Don't think I'm going to be putting it on play. Because I got this play. We got Zach Wheeler and Ryan Nelson. And Ryan Nelson, the Diamondbacks. I mean, the Diamondbacks against righties. I'm going to be backing Wheeler. I don't really care. I know that I like this iteration of the lineup more. And Ketel Marte is smashing everybody's soul in 542 expected slugging. Said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Him and Mr. Francisco Lindor would have a great MVP battle if it weren't for Shohei Ohtani's existence. Shohei Ohtani is just lapping them in terms of everything, which is insane because they're having sublime seasons. So, yeah. Anyway, we've got ourselves Zach Wheeler on the mound with a 204 expected batting average on the season, 32.7% hard hit. And I do think this is like a ballpark upgrade for him, considering, of course, the risk is going to be close in Arizona. It's a billion degrees out here. But just saying, Zach Wheeler and Ryan Nelson. Ryan Nelson's shown improvement. I've pointed it out here on previous shows. It seems as though he's figuring some stuff out, but still running into problems on the road. Going back home, can he still figure it out? I don't know, but his numbers have been worse at home. I'm just throwing it out there. 1.43 whip, 303 batting average against, 5.33 ERA, 4.11 ERA on the road. And then you just kind of like encapsulate it with the fact that he's gotten hit up in 2 of his last 3, 4 earned against Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Ryan Nelson has to face a lot of lefties, a lot of lefties. And the righties aren't bad either. Hi, Trey Turner. Hi, Alec Boehm. You seem pretty good. Nick Castellanos whenever there's a catastrophic world event. So there you go. Zach Wheeler, though, we're going to back him on the run line here. I like even money. I like right around even money here for the Phillies. I think it's really nifty. I don't have anything else to add. The Mets in Seattle up here next. The Mets in Seattle. We got Jose Quintana. We got Bryce Miller. And this is one that I kind of overrid a little bit too, although I'm not going to put the like next to it. This was just kind of a thin veiled play. Jose Quintana and Bryce Miller. I don't really like either of them as pitchers, but there is no doubt pitching in Seattle is advantageous. I mean, we've seen that with some super low totals here in previous days. I mean, it is getting weird. But Bryce Miller, 42.5% hard hit, 10.6% barrel percentage, and facing a Mets team that, yeah, they're getting out of Coors Field. 3-game stint at Coors Field. The ball will be breaking more. Maybe they find in some advantageous situations for Bryce Miller there, but I think the Mets are just firing on all cylinders offensively in a way where we don't want to tango against them here. And Jose Quintana, 347 xWOBA, 445 expected slugging, facing a lot of new righties here. Randy Arozarena specifically. Justin Turner specifically. And then all the usual righties. I mean, Cal Raleigh, switch hitter, Mitch Haniger, Mitch Garver. A lot of stuff. Just leaning to the under. I just can't do it. Overrid it. Not for me. And I overrode a couple of plays today purely because I wanted to get exposure to this one. Jack Flaherty coming off of an awesome debut. Got into a little bit of an issue if you guys were watching the game in that first inning against Oakland, but then it was a smooth sailing to say the very least after that. 6 innings of work, 5 hits given up, 0 earned. 7 strikeouts. It was really fun to watch. Jack Flaherty, very confirmed, very good at pitching of the baseballs. Using of the Rogaine. Check. It's a good movie. You got that one, Jacob? Okay, thank God. Anyway, Mitch Keller on the other side, he's having a great season himself, and there are some lefty bats that you got to be a little concerned of, considering O'Neal Cruz, professional hitter Brian Reynolds, and even guys like Joey Bart coming around smashing baseballs, smashing souls. Rowdy Tellez, Soldier Boy Tellez. From once in a while, he's got some moments. But Mitch Keller, this is a Los Angeles Dodgers lineup that features Ohtani and Hernandez and Smith, Freeman. Best of luck to you, bud. Enjoy this game environment. Give me the Dodgers on the run line. I get that this is as square of a play as there is, but I'm getting plus 115 on the better baseball team. Getting Jack Flaherty money involved. I don't want the under of 7.5. Decent enough hitting weather there in LA. Give me the Dodgers and move on. Last game of the night. I know there's a lot of no lines on your screen and a TPA, but Robbie Ray, if he's on the mound here going up against Detroit, I ran the numbers because, kind of my job to do that. No, Detroit only a 21.3% K rate against lefties on the season, but you got to change the preset ranges. You got to update it for after the trade deadline. You got to see what that lineup looks like on a day in, day out basis. 27% over the last 14 days against left-handed pitching. Just saying it's a little different because this lineup looks god frickin' awful every day. I mean, today's lineup, Perez, Keith, Vierling, Madras, who, my God, Justin Henry Malloy, Parker Meadows, Dylan Dingler, Dirk Diggler, Dylan It's another movie. You got that one, Jacob. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts here. Ladder up to 9. Looking at it, going to be paying very, very close attention. I have kind of my pre-weights in on what I would want here. I'm a little worried we wake up and see a 7.5. I'm a little bit worried about it. I don't think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see 6.5. Be weird to see 7.5. Remember when we were betting his very first game out the gate and nobody else was on that strikeout prop? And it was like 3.5, 4.5 against the Dodgers and you boned them all down. Those were great times. Those times are over, but ladder could potentially be him. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the slate for this lovely Friday that we have before us. I'm going to be traveling, obviously, but I'm getting out to the East Coast pretty early. So going to be kicking it, posting up shop. Got a bar picked out already to go do some work, so I'm excited. A little breakfast nacho action. Yeah, shout out my friends. It's going to be fun. Should probably leave now. Bet365, you can sign up for that down below. Did I really do that in less than 30 minutes? Like way under 30 minutes? Shout out me, 16 game slate. Happy weekend, everybody. It was fantastic. Had some good, had some bad, but overall, still profitable ever so slightly here this week. Definitely if you add in some of the pick'em cards that you can sign up for down below. That was really, really fun. Oh yeah. Just throw it up on the screen one more time. The marketplace, promo code Lindy50. There you go. 50% off your first week or first month of the OS marketplace. My specific package, Lindy50. Join Lindy today. That's me. Hey, that is it. Talked Bet365 already. It's only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But let's get ourselves the heck up out of here, shall we? I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Friday.